Oh, Deborah. Thank you.
Hey, baby. Oh, sweetie pie. Mommy missed you. Oh, yes.
Is everything okay, Mrs. Corey?
Yes, everything is fine. You know, I just don't like being away from her, not even for a minute. Hi, baby. My sweet little girl. Yes. I'm okay. I'll take over now. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, Jasmine. I know. Mama's trembling like a leaf, but just give me a minute, okay? Oh, just give me a minute to hold you, and Mama's gonna be just fine. Oh, baby. There's this man, you see. He wants Mama to do things that I don't want to do. Not to your daddy or this family, and they've been so good to us. Oh, sweetie. But something happened to you before, and I'll be damned if it's gonna happen again. I don't think I could take it, no. Oh, no, I just couldn't take that. Oh, dear God, what am I gonna do?
I'm sorry if I seem rude. My interest may appear sudden.
To say the least.
But there's a reason. Do you believe that dreams foretell the future, Margaret?
I'm sorry, Mr. Winthrop. I am very busy.
No, I only ask because, I had this dream about you last night. You were wearing that exceedingly fetching ensemble with the low-slung back that you had on at the Lumina Ball. To be honest with you, you weren't wearing it for the whole dream, only at the beginning. At the end. No to what, Maggie?
Well, you did ask me if I believe that dreams foretell the future. And in this case, they decidedly do not. Randall, would you mind escorting Mr. Winthrop to the elevators?
I think Mr. Stark should make that decision, don't you?
Wait a minute. Come back here.
Stark?
Oh, my God.
Am I not what you expected, Captain? Are you, Mr. Winthrop? Perhaps now you can understand why I was less than eager to appear in public.
What are you doing?
I was worried. I didn't know if you should be driving, so I followed you to make sure you were okay.
Yeah, I thought you were...
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get your hopes up.
This is where she would have come.
Well, I wish she had been here.
Well, she still might come.
Please, Jake, don't do that, because you're just gonna make yourself crazy.
Don't, all right? Just leave me alone. As a matter of fact, why don't you leave?
Jake, if she were gonna come here, don't you think that she would be here by now? I mean, unless she can't for some reason.
What are you saying? What is it you're saying to me? What do you want me to do, Marley? You want me to just give up? You want me to just say to you, hey, I think my wife is lying in a ditch somewhere?
No, of course not. She's all right. If she weren't, I would know it. I would feel it. But for some reason, she's not coming home, and we don't know why. Maybe she's scared, or she knows she's in trouble. But we have to face the fact that she might not come home for a while.
You know something? Maybe she did come here. You know, maybe she did come here, and it was cold, and it was dark, so she went somewhere to find some shelter.
So obviously, you think the police are wrong that she took a plane someplace.
I don't think she'd go that far away from me and the kids. I don't know how I know that, but I just do. No, where would she go if she didn't come here? She'd try to find someplace familiar, you know, someplace that no one would... Why didn't I think of this before? Maybe she went to your place. Come on, she knows your place inside and out.
Jake, I'd know if Vicky was at my house.
What do you mean you know? She remember when you were sleeping and she broke in? She went in there to see Donna? Are you kidding me? She might have found someplace to hide. She might be in the attic or the basement.
No. It's not. It's not pot. Jake, where are you going?
You can think I'm crazy if you want, but I'm gonna go to your house and I'm gonna search every inch.
Come on, I felt something. I know I did. I heard a click. Come on. Broken.
Okay. You're not giving up. This is your chance. Marley's away. You're not giving up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is happening.
Jake, don't do this to yourself, all right? Not again.
Let go.
I saw your face just now when you thought I was Vicky. Please don't set yourself up for some hideous
What do you expect me to do? Sit around paralyzed because I'm afraid of some disappointment?
No, Jake, I would know, wouldn't I? If Vicky had been in my house for 2 whole days,
How
then
would you know, Marley? How would you know she went there and she was hurt? She could be passed out or sleeping. I'm gonna go find out.
Jake, I cannot let you go there. I can't.
Okay, why don't you tell me what's going on? Why is it that you don't want me to go back and look at your house? What? Something there that you don't want me to see?
I hope that you're not saying what I think it is that you're saying.
All I know is that you show up out of the blue at my house with this incriminating tape and you give it to Vicky and you set her up for a big blowout with Grant. Surprise, surprise, they get out of control and someone gets shot. But when Marley finds out, you know what Marley says? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You had to know. You had to know that you were throwing a match on an open can of gasoline. So maybe I'm feeling that you're thinking you're so disappointed you're gonna hide Vicky for a little while. That's what I'm
Jake,
thinking.
I would never know where my sister is and then let it hurt you or hurt the boys. You know?
When it comes to you, Marley, I don't know what to think anymore.
No, I have been worrying myself sick. I've been worried and I've been thinking that maybe she...
You gonna give me the keys to your house or not?
No.
Then I'm gonna go kick the door in.
Jake. Jake. Jake.
No, Mr. Stark, I'm sorry. I tried to stop him.
Maybe it's best you didn't. Now that curiosity has been satisfied, perhaps our visitors will allow me some small measure of privacy in the future. Are all your questions answered, gentlemen? Was the sideshow worth the price of admission?
We didn't come here to take pictures. We're interested in what you have to say.
Are you sure? There are people who would pay handsomely to find out what Jordan Stark looks like. Don't you think? Don't you think people would pay to see this?
As long as you address our concerns, that's all we care about.
Why don't we start with Donna Hudson's disappearance the night of the Lumina Ball? We believe you were involved.
We also believe you were involved in Jasmine Corey's kidnapping. Lila Roberts was brought over here by Zach Wilder, supposedly to help her find her missing child. And I think you knew all along where that child was. And while we're on the subject of Lila, I followed her over here today. Is she still here? Because if she is, we're not leaving without her.
Just do as I ask. then everything and everyone will be fine.
Oh, Lila, I'm glad you're here. Will you be around for a while? I might need your signature on something a little later.
Oh, yes. What do you want me to send?
Oh, well, Carl and I set up a trust fund for the twins for their college education, and I wanted to use some of that money to set up a trust fund for Jasmine for her college. You would be custodian until she's 21.
You would do that? You would set up a trust fund for Jasmine's education?
It's a privilege to invest in a child's future. Of course I would do that. And she will make us proud, I'm sure.
No, you know, maybe that's not a good idea right now. You know, maybe you should put that money into Corey and get it back on its feet.
Oh, no. This is much more important. Excuse me. Hello? This is Mrs. Hutchins. Oh, thank you for getting back to me. Well, that would certainly be the shot in the arm that we needed. Could I put you on hold for a minute? Thank you. I'm going to take this out in the foyer. It's private. Excuse me.
Sure.
Yes.
I want you to be a spy. My spy. I want you to keep me posted on everything that goes on inside the Corey household.
See sunlight again.
And where the hell do you think you're going?
You're mistaken. Ms. Roberts has not been here today, and she's certainly not here now.
Her car was in your parking garage less than an hour ago. What else would she be doing here?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask the lady herself.
We'd rather find out what happened the first time she came here with Zach Wilder.
I don't know Mr. Wilder, but apparently he was aware of my foundation studies. Call it what you will. As I understand it, Miss Roberts was brought here in hopes that she could open previously untapped channels of her mind to connect with her missing daughter. It certainly seemed to work.
How?
You wouldn't understand, Mr. Winthrop. Suffice it to say, we show people how to make themselves receptive.
What I get from this can be summed up in 2 words. Mumbo and jumbo.
Whatever it is, it worked on Matt Corey, too. One visit here, and he was a changed man.
If that's true, then the change came from within. If you're suggesting we practice what is commonly referred to as mind control, you couldn't be more wrong. We teach people how to find the power they already have.
That's right out of the preface from the book. Almost those exact words.
What book are you referring to?
Beyond Imagination by, oddly enough, Jordan Stark. Published 200 years ago.
How do you explain that, Mr. Stark?
I'm afraid I can't. Surely you're not suggesting I had a hand in a book written 2 centuries ago? I may be a freak, Captain, but one thing I'm not is 200 years old. Told you everything I can.
You've told us nothing.
You want easy explanations, Mr. Winthrop. But in the realm of the human mind, nothing is easily explained. If you'll excuse me, I'm not used to being examined at such close range. I'd like to be left alone now. Get me Zach Wilder immediately.
Where the hell have you been? You look like... What happened to your shoes?
You know, why don't you ask my maniac sister what happened to my shoes? I'm not even gonna ask what you're doing here.
So she was hiding you, is that it? I knew when push came to shove she couldn't stand by and watch you get nailed for shooting Grant.
You know something? You are so far off, it's pathetic. I don't even care. Just get out of my... Cindy, listen here, honey. I have a husband and 2 children who have been worried sick about me. Now, nothing is going to stop me from getting to them.
Well, brace yourself, sister.
They might look at you a little funny. The headlines have not been kind.
I said get out of my way.
No way. You think I'm gonna let you out of here after you almost killed the man I love?
Oh, I didn't shoot Grant. I don't know who did it. Now let me go.
Do you know that he flatlined yesterday? I almost lost him forever.
All right. Listen to me and try to understand what I'm saying, all right? I did not shoot Grant, and my sister was not hiding me. She was not protecting me. She was keeping me a prisoner.
She was what?
Yeah. Down in the basement, in a little cell, as a matter of fact. I was down there... I don't even know how long I was down there. Finally, I managed to pick the lock, and...
Oh, that's quite a fantasy. Very Grimm's fairy tales.
Cindy, listen. Marley has lost it. Marley is just completely over the edge. Maybe she's the one who shot Grant. Did you ever think about that? I mean, she would do anything to set me up, but... My shoes. You wanted to know how I lost my shoes, right?
Yeah.
I took one off and started banging on the wall so that somebody would hear the noise I was making.
Well,
Somebody
you know
heard
what?
it all right. It was my sister. She came and she took them both.
I'm gonna need a little more than your word on this one. So why don't we go have a look, huh?
Oh, no. No, I'm not going back down there.
You have no choice. I don't believe you until I find out if you're telling the truth. You're not going anywhere. Now let's move it. Oh, no! Shh. All right, see? There it is, that's it. God, you weren't kidding.
No. I can't even bear to look at it. All right, let me go. You said you'd let me go. Let me go. Cindy.
I'm sorry.
Cindy! Cindy! No! 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 Cindy! No! Jake, stop! Stop!
What, Marley, did you change your mind about giving me the key? Then get out of my way!
Jake, tell me, you don't honestly believe that I would deliberately try to keep Victoria's whereabouts from you, do you? Look, all right, here. If this doesn't prove that I don't have anything to hide, then nothing will.
I thought I was doing you a favor. The book only adds to the overall mystique. Deep down, people have a strange kind of respect for what they don't understand.
I have other means of gaining respect. The book is something I choose to keep private. What it contains is no longer for public consumption.
I won't mention it again. But it's not as if anyone can just go out and find a copy.
It's out of print, of course, but this never should have come up, Zach. In future, you are not to reveal anything about me or this organization without my prior consent. Do you understand?
I understand. What happened with Lila?
She's been given her assignment.
She wasn't crazy about it, I'll bet. She fought so hard to get into that family. The idea of turning on them now must be a little hard to stomach.
She was reluctant at first, but then she accepted it.
She's frightened anything else will happen to the baby.
Lila Roberts, the Earth Mother. Who would have thought it?
You? You knew all along.
I can't. If she catches me, I'm dead.
Thank you. Yes, I look forward to our meeting tomorrow. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
correct me if I'm wrong, but was that call about that shot in the arm for Corey that we were talking about earlier? What? Oh, I don't mean to interfere. I was just curious, that's all.
Excuse me, Mrs. Hutchins. Corey and Elizabeth are up from there now.
Oh, good. I'll be right up.
Corey has a little bit of a fever. I'm sure it's nothing. It's probably a cold.
Oh, good. Look.
So, I don't know about you, but the place looks pretty empty to me.
Not quite.
Cindy.
Surprise! Of course, I'm not the only one with surprises around here. You're just full of them, aren't you, Marley?
What are you doing?
It worked once, it'll work again. Come on.
Still haven't said what you're doing here, Cindy. Cindy, how did you get in? Did you break a window? Did you break a window? Did you come down the chimney like Santa Claus, or did Marley give you a cake?
I am talking to Cindy.
Jake, you're here. You're here.
What are you talking about? What's this? It's a surprise. Some special arrangement you have with Marley here?
The surprise I was talking about is finding the garage door open. Marley doesn't seem like the careless type.
I left the garage door unlocked?
Yes, you did. It saved me from having to break in.
Why would you have to break in?
Because I was looking for your wife.
Well, are you crazy? Victoria is not here. Why would she be here?
Because I thought you might be hiding her.
Hiding her? Why would I have Victoria hide?
She shot Grant. The police are after her. I figured it was only a matter of time before she showed up here begging you to keep her out of the line of fire. And you would, too. Do not tell me that you wouldn't.
How dare you talk about my sister like that? She would never shoot anyone.
You got that.
And even if she did, she wouldn't come to me and ask me to cover her. She wouldn't put me in that kind of jeopardy, all right? Because she would not do something like that. She's not you. She wouldn't do what you would do. She wouldn't do what I would do because she has courage. She has more courage than anybody I've ever known, and she always takes responsibility. So just get out of my house right now before I have to throw you out.
No, don't listen to her.
I think maybe you just got your walking papers.
Look, someone is going to find her. I mean, maybe Vicky isn't here, but someone's going to track her down, and when they do, I hope they give her the maximum.
I told you to get out.
Why are you defending her? Look, I expect Jake to be blind to what she is because he's a man. But you? I mean, look, Grant, Ryan, Shane, even Jake here. I mean, Vicky has hurt them all. She is a dangerous woman, and she's a lying slut.
Becca, stop!
Oh, no!
Not that... Oh, yes. Not that I wouldn't mind seeing Marley hurt you. Next time you want to look at a lying slut, why don't you look in a mirror?
Go spew your poison about someone else. We don't want to hear all your lies about someone that we love.
Yeah, right, Marley. You love me so much. That's why you've got me locked up down here where I can't even see the sun. Jake! Jake, please!
I wish I were hiding Victoria, because then at least I would know where she is and we wouldn't be living in this walking nightmare.
You get out. And don't you come back.
No.
I don't have to come back. Vicky isn't here. I searched the house top to bottom. Not that it hasn't occurred to me that you might be hiding her elsewhere, Marley. I will be watching you.
Don't let her go. Don't let her walk away. Don't. No.
Just one question before you go. How did you really get in the house?
I told you, the garage.
The garage? Well, you know, it's funny because the garage was the first door I checked and it was locked. So, why don't we start at the beginning? If you lied about that, what else did you lie about?
Right, honey. She's lying. She's lying. They're both lying. Just now make them tell you the truth.
How's Corey Is he all right?
Answer my question.
I'm so humiliated. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go through your personal papers. It's just that I got
made
so
it clear
curious.
to you this is private. If anyone knows about these negotiations.
No one will know. I won't tell anyone. Honest, I couldn't read it anyway. Was it English?
Shorthand.
I'm sorry, please. I was just trying to figure out a way to make it up to you for being so kind to me.
Never do it again. That's how you make it up to me. Lila, I'm very happy to have you and your daughter in this house, but there are lines you may not cross. Is that clear?
Yes, I'm sorry. I forgot my manners. Please forgive me. Cass!
Why did you go? I know you went to the Lumina Foundation. I followed you over there.
You what?
Don't bother to get angry with me because I don't care. All I want is an honest answer about what made you desperate enough to go back to those people.
Nothing.
Lila, please. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm trying to help you. Something has you scared. Not only scared, but reckless enough to put your trust in Jordan Stark. Honey, whatever it is, you can talk to me. We can deal with this together. Why did you go over there?
I didn't go over there. I didn't. I mean, I didn't. I went to Bridge Street, right around the corner to shop. There's a nice little street there, you know, where you can bargain shop. And the parking, it's crazy, so I parked in the Lumina lot, that's
You
all.
wouldn't lie to me about this. Please tell me you wouldn't lie to me.
Cass, what's wrong with you?
I saw Jordan Stark today. I spoke to him.
You saw him? You actually saw him?
In the flesh. Joe Carlino and I paid him a surprise visit.
You saw him. I mean, what does he look like?
You know what he looks like.
No, I don't know what he looks like. Nobody knows what he looks like. I didn't even see a picture of him.
With good reason. He looks like somebody pushed him into a vat of acid. I actually felt sorry for the guy. Even though I suspected that he was a monster, I didn't think he'd actually look like one.
Oh, my God, I have no idea.
You really didn't see him today?
No. Cass, I swear. Thank you for your trust.
Well, what about the first time when Zach took you over to the foundation?
I didn't see him then either. Honest, I didn't see him. I didn't see him either time. Do we have to keep talking about this? Do I have to be reminded all the time of when I lost Jasmine?
I'm not trying to bring back unpleasant memories. I'm trying to keep you from experiencing anything like this ever again. I'm trying to convince you that if you're afraid, if something's going wrong, you can talk to me about it.
I know that. I do know that. But nothing's wrong, Cass. Nothing's wrong.
Okay, all right. You know where to find me.
Hello?
Hi, Jordan Stark. This is Lila Corey. I think I have the information you've been looking for. There's a whole new division happening, coming soon to Corey Publishing.
The garage door was locked because I locked it after I came through. Not that I owe you an explanation. For all I know, you may be in on this with her. Probably both know where Vicky's hiding, don't you?
Vicky's hiding. I'm sure it's not from the police. It's probably from the real shooter.
Any other shooter would have made short work of your wife a long time ago. Face it, she's one of two places. She is either running from the law, or she's 6 feet under our feet. Either way, can't be good.
Oh, no, don't let her go. Don't let her go.
Don't let someone like Cindy do that to you, okay?
It just hurts so much to hear somebody talk about Victoria that way. You said you wanted to search the house.
Nah, there's no need to do that, Cindy. Cindy did it for me.
I wish you hadn't had to hear all the things she said.
I'm actually glad I did. I mean, after listening to all of it. Cindy's accusations, I had to get some perspective on my own attitude. I've been accusing you of a lot of things, and I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that.
You don't have to apologize.
Marley, fear, it makes you do crazy things. I mean, I've been racking my brain to try to stop myself from thinking the unthinkable. But you know something? Maybe Cindy's right. I mean, if Vicky hasn't called...
No, Jake, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you think those things, because I have to believe what I feel in my soul, and that's that Victoria is coming back to us. I just wish I knew when.
You don't mean that. Why are you trying to make him think you're a saint all of a sudden?
In the meantime, if I could come and be with you and the boys and help take care of you, then that would really mean a lot to me. And
Just like you said you were going to do it, right, Marley? Just like you said you were going to do it. Well, it's not going to work. Do you hear me? It's not going to work.
I think that'd be really good. Be really good. For the boys. Especially right now.
Please tell me you're not going to ruin this for Rachel. She's been working so hard on this company, trying to get it back on its feet. Please.
Don't trouble yourself about why I need the information. Just continue to keep your eyes and your ears open.
I can't. Never again, okay? That's it. No more.
I'm sorry to hear you say that.
Look, I feel guilty enough about giving you even this much.
I don't wish to make you uncomfortable, Lila. You must do what you think is right. But I can't believe you would think it right to disappoint me.
Please don't say that.
We both know how much I've done for you and your daughter. Think about it. Reconsider. And call me if there are any more developments with the Coreys, no matter how insignificant they may seem.
Sounds like she's right where you want her. You must be feeling pretty good. You've even got Carlino and Winthrop backed off, at least for the time being.
They sympathize with the plight of a modern-day elephant man. They don't understand. Nobody sees beyond the surface. Can you imagine, Zach, what it would be like if that kind of understanding were possible? If a man found it, he'd do anything to keep it, wouldn't he?
You're talking in the abstract. But what if it were you? If you could have someone like that in your life, how far would you go?
To experience perfect understanding? To be treated as an equal? As a person? Ah, there's nothing I wouldn't do.
Is gone. Let's clear up a couple of things. Number one, if you ever hit me again, I will kill you. Number two, do you have any idea how much you owe me now?
Did I hurt you?
Did you? Between you and your sister, I feel like I went a couple rounds with Mike Tyson. Oh, yes, I neglected to mention that earlier, didn't I? Yeah, I had a little wrestling match with Vicky. See, she'd gotten out of her cell and she was making a break for daylight.
Yeah, she got out.
Don't worry. I put her back. But not before we had a little wrestling match. And you know, that was the first I'd heard that you were going to be locking her up. I had no idea that you were putting your sister in solitary confinement.
Well, how I deal with my sister is my own business, but I do appreciate you putting her back in for me, so just accept this little bonus with my gratitude. But I want you to remember, while you take it, that I know who really shot Grant Harrison.
Okay. You can burn me, I can burn you, so neither one of us says a word. Kind of like our own private little nuclear standoff.
Well, that is one way to look at it.
Marley, you have a real, live, human being. Your sister. In a cell. In the basement. Look at you, butter wouldn't melt.
Well, I suggest that you remember that if you ever decide to talk.
I will.
Stay focused. You stay focused.
Yeah, quite an adventure today. Who do you think you are, Xena, warrior princess?
You didn't think I could do it, did you, Marley? You didn't think I could do it, but I proved you wrong. I'm going to prove you wrong again.
All you proved, Victoria, is that you can make me very cross, and that was a very, very big mistake.
Do you think I care? I don't care about anything except for what I heard in Jake's voice today. Yeah, I know he was here. And you know what else? He's gonna keep coming back. He was here for a reason, Marley, and that reason is because he knows somewhere inside that I'm here too.
Shut up, okay? Because I do not need any more of your histrionics today.
You're only mad because you know it's true. That's it. Hey, you know what? You know that like, twin thing that we used to talk about? You know, that, sixth sense? It's nothing compared to what I have with Jake. So he's gonna find me, Marley. You see, he's gonna feel the messages that I keep sending him, and he's gonna keep coming back here until he finds me.
You know what? I don't believe in witchcraft. Not at all. I believe in facts, cold, hard facts. And you know what? That's exactly what the police believe in, too. Facts, only they call those facts evidence. Just like in the case of who shot Grant Harrison. The police have been going crazy trying to find more evidence, and you know what? They're just about to find some.
Is that right? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna frame me?
Vicky, let's just say that in the near future, Vicky McKinnon is going to look guiltier than ever. So sad for poor Jake to have to think the very worst, isn't it? Do you get it yet, Victoria? Do you get it? Even if you escape from here, you're just going to end up in jail somewhere else. So the truth is, you're never going to be with Jake again.
Marley.
Marley!
All right, make sure Adams gets a copy of the report and put an extra one on my desk. Okay,
Joe, listen, I'm just going to update you on what I'm doing to try to find Vicky. I'm setting up a tip line. It's different than the one you guys have at the precinct, though. I'm going to use the Herald. I've got an 800 number on the cover, and I've got a huge reward. And it's, what is it? You guys think I'm spinning my wheels with the reward?
Tip lines often help motivate people.
But you don't understand. I mean, there's a lot of money.
Jake.
People.
We just got something in from forensics a couple minutes ago, and it's not good. Found a fingerprint in Vicky's car. It's a bloody print.
Oh my God, if she's hurt.
Jake, it's Grant's blood. Vicky's print. Grant's blood. I'm sorry.